It was something that we did very often. We'll go out, bring a pail with us, a butterfly net. You had these little crabs, flower crabs darting around, and we'll scoop that up with the butterfly net. What we'll do is we'll bring everything back, start a fire. In those days, no park rangers will stop you from starting a fire. My father always had this wire mesh in the boot, and some charcoal. So with some charcoal, some twigs and all that, we'll start a fire. And we could barbecue things on the spot. Hi, I'm Jerome, and I used to come to Changi Beach a lot, primarily because my parents were fond of the sea. So we had we spent many weekends here coming to the beach. We had family holidays by the sea. It's a place that I'm very familiar with when I was a child. Any child would find the sea a wondrous place. You could build mounds of sand, you could bury yourself in sand, you could, get wet in the sea. It was my playground, so to speak. Changi Beach, I think back then was a lot different than what you see here today. You could drive your car up almost to the edge of the beach, and actually there were a lot of people who got their tires stuck in the sand. You just drive up, find a shady spot, park your car, open your boot, and bring your picnic out of the boot, and you could just lay a mat and have your picnic there. And it was very common. Changi was one of the nicer beaches in Singapore. The beach was lined with a lot of trees. One of the trees that I remember were the acacia trees because of the crescent-shaped leaves. And why I remember them is because I used to sit on top of my father's car on the roof of it and just pluck the leaves. There were also things like casuarina trees. There were quite a lot of casuarina trees that line the beach. Casuarina trees, the leaves, you can actually break them up and join them together. When the tide went out, you could actually wade very far out from the shoreline. There were actually kelongs, across the whole horizon. And you could actually walk out. Maybe the kelongs were about 1 kilometer away, and you could actually walk out to them. It's knee-deep in water. It's very different from what it is today. I think the beach today is much shorter. Beyond this part of the beach, a lot of that is already reclaimed land. But it's still the same shoreline that we see, maybe a little more cleaned up. And the other thing that we used to see were a lot of sampans. There were people who rented sampans out to the public. Everyone rented them, and because the wood soaked in the seawater, and after a while it had a smell. So that smell is something that I think anyone who's used a sampan will never forget. So this album actually, my mum bought this from Changi Village nearby. We used to go to Changi Village a lot, and one of the things she picked up was this album. So the albums also contain a lot of my memories of Changi. So you have, me playing on one of the sampans. Also have me sitting on the sampan. And one of the things you used to see quite a lot of were cars actually driving right up to the edge of the beach. So you can see them in the background here, right at the edge of the beach, parking under a shady spot. This is also Changi Beach as well. Very different from what it looks now. There were a lot of pieces of driftwood that you find. Kind of more wild and unordered, not like it is now. This is one actually with my grandmother in it. One of the rare photographs with my grandmother standing at the beach. One of the things that we used to see a lot of along the beach were these things, pillboxes. A lot of them were removed at the beginning of the 70s. So we had these pillboxes, which were actually the British defences that were put up during the Second World War. Coming to the beach is always special for me because of of my association with the beach during my childhood. Coming to Changi Beach especially, and I mean looking at the beach, it brings back a lot of fond memories. Memories of very many happy moments by the sea, and maybe to appreciate the sea a lot more than I guess people do these days.